I am a PhD student in biology at the University of Iceland. I am from Switzerland. I came to Iceland to do my PhD on killer whales. From a single picture, we can learn a lot of things. Basically, with whales, we can identify them using the pictures. So we use for the whales the dorsal fin, or we can also use the tail. But in the case of killer whales, we will use the dorsal fin and the saddle part. And those two parts of the killer whales are very unique to individuals, but they also have unique natural markings like scars, nicks, notches that you can use to identify them. So it is like a fingerprint, and from a picture we can tell apart each individual. Year after year, we will cite some individuals so we can know for each area, okay, who is cited there, when are they cited, are they coming back every year, or are they coming back maybe just a few times only, so are they very regular or rare visitors to the area? But then we can also learn more because we can, of course, know if they are cited in a particular area. But maybe we will find with the pictures that they are cited in another area of Iceland. So then we can understand the movement of killer whales between the areas. And this is very important because then we are able actually to define the site fidelity, the movement patterns, the association patterns just with pictures of whales. And so we can know then the population structures, and it is all very important for conservation and management. If you want to go to watch them and to have a great chance to see them, so it's definitely in the herring ground, so in the south or the west. So in the south is during the summer month, and in the west in Sniper's Nest, it will be during the winter. We observe that pattern because the killer whales feeding on herring, and the herring year-round in its migration. You can then follow them year-round between the south and the west of Iceland. And those individuals are believed to be fish-eating killer whales in Iceland. We can go back in the 80s in Iceland when we started to study the whales, the photo identification of them to try to understand more the population. We were mainly studying the killer whales, and the pictures of killer whales were collected during dedicated research in the south and the west of Iceland, so in Vestmannaeyjar and Sniper's Nest, and those are the main herring ground in Iceland. So killer whales are found in large aggregation in this area, associating with the herring. We have killer whales that were sighted somewhere else in Iceland as well. And thanks to the increase of whale watching, actually, and citizen scientists and fishermen that start sharing pictures with the Icelandic Orca project, we were able to extend our data collection to areas outside the herring ground, so in the southwest, northwest, northeast, and east of Iceland. And this is also very interesting because in this area, killer whales have been observed feeding on marine mammals, so on other type of prey than fish. Thanks to all this connection that has increased, we are also able to increase our data collection all around Iceland and then to learn more about site fidelity and movement between these areas in Iceland. Most of the picture came from the south, southwest, and west of Iceland because those are important areas. And obviously, the southwest is an important route for the killer whales moving between the herring grounds. But we also found that some individuals in the southwest are actually not migrating between the herring ground and they are migrating somewhere else, the North Atlantic. So that will be very interesting to also focus more in these regions and to understand where these whales are going actually. And it's the same for the northeast of Iceland and the east of Iceland. It is very interesting in these two regions because we have a lot of individuals that are unique to these regions that you cite only in these two regions. And for the northeast, we believe that we have North Shore population that visit occasionally. The area might be associated either with marine mammal or with the Norwegian spring herring that has coming back in the north and east of Iceland since 2012. And that's the same in the east, but at the moment we are missing data in those regions. So it will be very nice to have more data in regions outside the herring grounds to really assess the regional conservation plan in these regions and to learn more And it will also be interesting to collect more data to determine the ecological determinant of site fidelity patterns. We do have few individuals, I think it's around 30 now, that are traveling between Iceland and Scotland. And we saw them in the winter time in Iceland, and we see them feeding on seal in the summertime in Scotland. The first match and the only one I had between the east and the west of Iceland. This was amazing because we don't know a lot about the population or the community in the east of Iceland. We don't have also a lot of pictures. Many of the pictures we have are of good quality enough to be matched to other individuals. For a long time, we believed that there was no connection with other areas. I have been able to find recently a match of one individual, only one individual. So that's why I'm saying we definitely need more data in the east of Iceland. So my scientific part will say, yeah, definitely. If you take pictures, please share them with the Icelandic Orchard Project and with us, because it's amazing everything that we can learn just from that. And it's like a giant puzzle, and then we can every time learn more and more, but also just enjoy the moment because it's something very special that you can share with the ocean, with the whales, and also with all the other people on board. I think take pictures, but also take some time to really enjoy the moment.